Yo, what is up, man? Hope you're having a kick-ass day. The weather here is beautiful in New York. It's a little hot, but nevertheless beautiful. Wearing short sleeves. I'm on my way to Brooklyn. But the topic of this video today is going to be why some people are literally committed to misunderstanding you. Not only do they misunderstand you, but they are committed to it. Basically meaning that they're trying to go out of their way to find something wrong with what you said, with your thought process, with the way you conduct your life, the way you go about things, etc., 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 etc. Now, I personally believe that for whatever reason, we, in a way, are kind of trained to be skeptical. We're trained to not trust the other person, whatever, in whatever endeavor, as a friend, as a potential romantic partner, in business, in whatever. The idea of playing it safe and keeping it safe and staying safe, it's such an indoctrinated thing inside of us. It's shoved down our throats to the point where a lot of us, are convinced that we just have to play it safe and look for anything wrong and be committed to either misunderstanding someone or to find any flaw or any fault into what they're doing because it's probably the wrong one. Especially if it's different from what other people are doing, right? So let me just give you an example, maybe even several examples. I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but at least I have one example. There was this girl on Instagram. I saw her first on this Arab dating app, and she had her Instagram in the app, so then I added her on Instagram. And so I ended up messaging her. It was very bold and playful. I like to, send messages that stand out because then it captures, the other person's attention. She had either a story or one of her pictures. I think it was one of her pictures. I sent it to her, and then I'm like, I'm definitely taking you out. And then I can't remember what she said, but she responded positively. She was like, oh, that's very bold. I may consider that. I swear to God, I can't remember the exact message. I may even screenshot it here. I might. Or I may just freestyle this video, not even edit it. But yeah, so she says that. We exchanged contact information after a few texts back and forth. I think I sent her one voice message, but she didn't send any voice messages. She just texted regularly, like messaged on Instagram. And so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She seems pretty open to seeing me. And this woman's an ER doctor, by the way. She's a successful 28-year-old ER doctor. What does ER stand for? Emergency resident? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. ER doctor. She sees serious shit in the hospital. So yeah, back and forth texting. She was open to seeing me next week because she was booked for this weekend. And I got her number. And then this happens. So on my Instagram, in my bio, there's the link to my YouTube channel. Obviously this. She obviously watched a couple videos, she told me. But then, I think it was the video where I talk about why a lot of women on dating apps are trash. I still stand by my word on that. Not all of them, but a lot of them are trash. So she watched the video and she was just like, yeah, I might even screenshot that also, like what she texted me. Yeah, if it weren't to work out between us, you're just going to call me trash just because I don't agree with you, blah, blah, blah. She was very professional and respectful in terms of her response. But that just goes to show you how some people are committed to either finding a flaw within you or to misunderstanding you. So she said, yeah, she was like, if it doesn't work out between us, you're gonna call me trash just because it doesn't work out. And your mindset is very, I can't remember the exact words, but that was definitely something she said. You're broadcasting information, you're advertising the information in a weird way. I can't exactly remember the details, but long story short, man, the whole reason why I'm saying this is because in that video, right, I don't say that all women are trash. No, if that's what you got, then you're not paying attention to what I'm saying. I specifically said there are lots, most probably, of women on the dating apps who are trash. Yes, I still stand by that. Every single one of them trash? Nope. And to be equally fair, most men on these dating apps are trash, to be completely honest and fair. So she goes ahead and watches that video. She goes, oh, he's labeling every single woman as trash, which probably is a red flag. I'm not labeling every single woman as trash. If she had good insight and good judgment, she seems like a pretty smart girl. I mean, if she's an ER doctor, she's obviously pretty successful. You know, she's at least a little smart. She should have been like, oh, wait, maybe he's right. Maybe most girls on that app are trash. But you know what? I'm going to prove to him that I'm the opposite. Not even prove to him. I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna change his mind once we go out because I'm so awesome. If she was, thought outside the box and thought about it logically like that and had decent judgment, she would have done that. And I would have been like, I would have went out with her and would have been like, this is impressive. I'm impressed with her. I'm impressed with her mindset. Because what I don't like is people who are judgmental and people who are so committed to misunderstanding you or to misunderstanding someone or finding a flaw in someone just because they're different from the rest. At the end of the day, my YouTube channel is not about being politically correct. It's about my viewpoints, what I believe to be true from my experience, as well as from other people's experience, which I take into consideration. And I notice trends, and I just talk about those trends, or at least one experience. And so, me talking about how a lot of women on dating apps are trash, a lot of you guys are probably going to know this. Even those of you who are pretty good looking, you have your shit together, you're in shape, you're blah, blah, blah. Even guys like that, they still struggle, not necessarily to attract a woman from these dating apps. I'm not talking about attraction. I'm talking about marriage material specifically. I'm trying to settle down for marriage. I'm not just trying to mess around with a bunch of women. Sure, I'm going to keep my options open until I find that, but I'm not just talking about attraction. I'm talking about settling down, a person for long-term type of commitment, not just for fun. So a person who has good judgment would say that. They wouldn't just judge you and say, I could already tell that just because you're not successful on these dating apps, you're advertising this false information, so I'm not surprised. It's like, no, it's not that I'm not successful. I'm just not successful yet at settling down with that right person yet. For a long-term thing. It's not that I'm not successful at attracting these women. And so, yeah, like I said, if she was, if she had better judgment, she would have been like, oh, he's saying this about girls. Let me change that. Me on dates, I prove, at least from the feedback I get, this is going to sound like it's arrogant to a lot of you guys. I prove that, no, I'm different from these other guys. I actually listen when I'm out on dates with them. I don't do drama. I don't argue. I don't start drama and get all angry and do this type of shit. No. Most of them say I had a really good time with you. It was very nice. I take them to different spots from what they're used to. It's not just dinner and leave. I like it to be nice and fun and spontaneous and adventurous, lighthearted, joking, all those cool things. So yeah. So what I'm saying, man, is people should give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, me personally, every person I meet, not just match on a dating app, right? Every person I meet, truthfully, I swear to God, this is literally how I live my life. I give them the benefit of the doubt when I meet them. Even though most people you meet are not going to be best friends or good friends necessarily. They're not going to be relationship material. They're not necessarily going to be business material. They're not going to be material for whatever, fitness material in terms of like finding a workout partner. But you still got to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, in my opinion, until they prove otherwise. Once they prove, you don't make assumptions like she did, assuming I'm going to be this way or that way. You give them the benefit of the doubt and you see how they are. Then you say for sure, oh, based upon my actual experience, this person's trash. All right, then that's fair. So she didn't do that. She made an assumption based upon one of my videos or several of my videos because it's honest and it's not politically correct. It's honest and upfront. I don't just tell guys, a bunch of bullshit and blow a bunch of smoke up their ass and be not honest about things. No, I just explain things for what they really are. So that's the point of the story, man. Some people are just going to misunderstand you and assume the worst in you. Not just with people who you're dating, people in general. People in general. There's some people who, friends, they're going to think you're doing some suspicious shit when not necessarily, it's not always the case. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Even when people talk poorly behind someone's back, oh, this person's not trustworthy, this person's this, I go ahead and dig deeper. Why? What makes you think that? And if they say something that might be a little ambiguous, I might be like, don't you think that was a misunderstanding? Don't you think it was this? Don't you think it was that? I swear to God, I'm telling you this. This is God's honest truth. I don't lie. So yeah, that's how I conduct my life. I don't judge people like that too early. So, for example, I swear to God, I'm not just saying this. If there was a woman who was making YouTube videos on this type of content, and she said, oh no, most guys are trash. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Sure, there's a lot of guys who are trash. Yes. On the apps. Yes. They're not working on themselves. Yes. All those things. Yes. I'd be like, you know what? Let me go on a date with her. She's going to say that I'm different from them. You see, that's the thought process. At least my thought process. And she may not necessarily see that I'm different, but at least I'll give it a shot. Obviously, assuming she's not a fucking drama queen. As long as she seems kind of cool and kind of mature, I'll give it a shot, even if she says that. You know, I like to try things. I like to experience things and then see where those things take me. But this could be a lesson to you in life. Not even a lesson, whatever you call it. Just something you've learned from me, I guess you could say. Just don't judge people until you're sure, or you're at least almost 100% sure about something. Don't make assumptions. Give people the benefit of the doubt, because everyone deserves it. Just like you believe you deserve it, give the same to other people. You got to give what you want to take. You can't just take, you got to give as well. You want people to trust you, you got to trust people to some extent, of course. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to do that if you want to be fair. And I believe you need that too to be successful. There's got to be an element of risk you have to take. Instead of, oh my God, this guy's this. He's a misogynist. My God. Some people watch my videos, oh, you're a misogynist. How am I a misogynist? How the hell am I a misogynist? I don't treat women poorly. Every single woman who I was involved with in any way will tell you that. I didn't treat you poorly. I'm almost 100% sure all of them will say good things about me. Even the ones that ended badly with. Even my ex from 4 years ago, who broke my heart. Can't believe it's been over 4 years. Actually, no, just about 4 years. Can't believe it. But what was I going to say? Yeah. So, don't judge others until you're sure to make an accurate judgment. Not an emotional judgment, an accurate judgment. And just be prepared that a lot of women, a lot of people in general, are just going to assume the worst. It's just unfortunately how it is. Don't be one of those people, though. Don't be one of those people. I personally am one of those people. I wouldn't say I'm naive at all, actually. But still, I try to assume the best. I try to assume the best at first. I know some of you might be negative. Oh, that's not realistic. People are evil. People like you who think that everybody's evil. That's the reason why there is evil. Because why? You think everyone's evil. So you have your guard up way too high. And you think everyone's just out there to get you. Everyone's out there to have ulterior motives. No, it's not like that. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Just like you believe you deserve the benefit of the doubt. Do that. Conduct yourself in a good way. Treat people with respect, just like I was treating her with absolute respect. I might even send screenshots of my response, or I probably did if you're really far in the video. I don't know yet. But yeah. And just don't judge others until, again, you can make a logical judgment about someone, not an emotional judgment, which is precisely what most people do. They make emotional judgments on someone or something, not a logical one. Remember when I first started my YouTube videos, there was this group of Egyptian girls in the area I live in. I live in an area where it's predominantly white, but there's groups of like Egyptians that I grew up with, etc. They were watching my videos. Every single one of them, like one of my friends told me like, "Yo, you're on the blacklist for these Egyptian girls, for every single Egyptian girl living in the area I live in." So I thought that was funny. I'm like, "What blacklist? What did I do wrong?" It's like, it's not like I'm interested in any one of them, anyways. But it's like, why are you judging me like that? I'm not a misogynist. I'm not any of those things that you claim I am. So, uninformed, ignorant judgment, unfortunately. So for you, man, in your life, I don't know what path you're taking, whether it's matches on dating apps, whether it's people you're meeting for the first time, whether it's this, whether it's that. Don't assume the worst in people and give people the benefit of the doubt. Even though, unfortunately, most people aren't like that. Most people are the opposite. They're going to assume the worst from the very beginning, whether it's in dating, whether it's in business, whatever. You be different. Give people the benefit of the doubt, just like you believe you deserve it. For once, at least, give them one shot. And if they prove to be either non-trustworthy or not a good person or this or that, at least you tried. Unless, of course, it's so obvious, for example, that they are, let's say, a bad person or non-trustworthy, yeah, then don't even give the benefit of the doubt because it's obvious. If you have like a group of trustworthy friends that you can trust, and they're all telling you stay away from this person or that person, they're horrible, and you can trust your friend's judgment, obviously no. But besides that, you make your own judgment after seeing for yourself that this is not a trustworthy person, or this girl is not good for me, or this or that. This person is, they don't think properly. This person's way too judgmental. This girl is way too this, she's way too that. And then make an educated and informed judgment instead of making an emotional one. So yeah, guys, that's about it for today. Peace.